Konnichiwa, or in this case, it's more like ni hao. In today's episode, we travel to Hyannis, Massachusetts to meet up with Kung Fu practitioner Eric Cruz of USA Kung Fu Academy. Their style of Kung Fu comes from a combination of Northern Praying Mantis and Shaolin Longfist. Who you gonna call? Where did that come from? I can't think of no better way to start off Season 2 of Modern Combatives. Also, folks, be sure to tune in after the episode to get a sneak peek of what's in store for this season. So, let's get to it. If you were a kid like me in the late 70s, early 80s, you might have been brought up on Kung Fu movies. Kung Fu Theater, every Saturday along with Creature Double Feature. These movies showcase the Chinese martial art of Kung Fu in all its various styles, from the animal frolics to the 5 deadly venoms to Drunken Master. These movies captivated and inspired. However, finding a teacher, well, that was a bit of a process all in itself. Some of the more popular styles in the United States were Shaolin Longfist, Northern Praying Mantis, Hung Gar Fu Hawk, and Tai Chi Tuan. I know there's others, but for today's episode, we're really going to be focused a little more on Shaolin Longfist, Tai Chi, and Northern Praying Mantis. These are the main arts that are taught at USA Kung Fu Academy in Hyannis, Massachusetts, under this man, Sifu Eric Cruz. He is the master instructor of USA Kung Fu Academy. He's also the founder, opening the school back in 1992. USA Kung Fu Academy is a traditional training school for the practice of classical Kung Fu. Sifu Cruz would say, they train Kung Fu and nothing else. They do one thing and they do it the best they can. They do teach Tai Chi, but Tai Chi is Kung Fu, and Kung Fu is Tai Chi, so it is a part of the curriculum. Sifu Cruz's method of teaching is more about health and fitness and the pragmatic use of Kung Fu in day-to-day life. His main drive is centered around what that particular martial art has done for him in his life. Having a bit of a tough childhood, Kung Fu has always been by his side. For Sifu Cruz, Kung Fu is more than just a fighting martial art. It's a way of life, and now it's all about giving back.
One of the rare moments where we're in a car, because we seem to be in a car all the time. Going to Hyannis and, Marshall Mays, Season 2. Yep. Silly. Yeah, I try not to.
So on the way to Hyannis, Barakulat Shidoshi and myself discussed trying something a bit new with our approach to filming an episode. In typical Modern Combatives fashion, we would normally receive a tutorial on the pragmatic use of Northern Praying Mantis and Shaolin Longfist Kung Fu. Where this will probably still be the case, we're going to try a fly-on-a-wall approach to filming and just let the episode flow and see where it takes us.
I began my martial journey about 1980-81. It was most likely closer to 81. Just driving down the road and actually coming back from the Cape. I was living in Buzzards Bay area near the canal, and saw a couple of kids doing sword. And just very fascinating for me when I saw the sword. I've always wanted to do Kung Fu. So here was my opportunity. Knocked on the door, met Glenn Hart, or Sifu Glenn Hart at the time. And that's where I began. I began back in 81. The other Kung Fu that I know are Northern Shaolin Longfist, Hua Chuan, and Northern Praying Mantis, To Long Pai. Most of the Kung Fu that I used was not getting in the fight. I could be very honest. In my situations when I did have to use hands and things like that, we're in an environment that I can be doing a full kung fu, and I wasn't as confident back then when I needed it. As the years go on, I learned how to just using verbal intimidation, confidence, to avoid a fight. When I did, I've used it maybe once or twice, but basic techniques, nothing fancy.
Sink, root. All right, pull back with the right when you're doing this, so it's hanging here. Natural, yeah, but relax the deltoids. Good, Jack. Good. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey,
Good.
Thanks for being on the Marshall Maze, sir. It's been a while. You know what I'm saying? Good seeing you. So, yeah, we're here.
Made it all the way. Made it all the way here. All the way down here.
So what are you going to have for us today?
Basically, I'm just running the classes the way we've been doing it always. I don't want. There's nothing special. We had to modify our programs during the virus. We only had a half hour, so I had to focus on health, fitness, and the skills of muscle training for the self-defense. But we couldn't do contact. So what we did is prepare them. I would actually go in with somebody, show a demonstration, but that's all we could do. And online and Zoom classes, really, that was tough. But I'm not gonna lie, two of my students that came back, and students that were compared to students that were here, they came back better. That freaked me out. Where the kids in class, these two that were in Zoom come back, they kicked it because they didn't have nothing else.
Okay, well,
You see what I mean?
Right.
So it was amazing.
So it was a good home activity for
It was a good home activity. But then again, it's training. They train.
Right.
It's all about training.
That's all it is.
Some guys come in class, they're better than the others. Not that they're better physically,
Right.
all that, but the difference is one works harder, the other one didn't. Right. So it's an individual thing. I can't say, like people ask me, you take 6-year-olds, I go, hey, I try them. But I can't make a judgment call. I got 10-year-olds that act like 3. I got 5-year-olds that act like 12.
Yeah.
So we do 2 free classes for them to try it and us to try them. And I tell the parents, come back once a month, bring him in until he's evolved or mature enough, then I'll take your money. But I don't take money unless I can do something. If I can't teach, I don't pay.
Then let's get to it.
Yeah,
That's about it. Yeah. And go, on your foot. On your. Don't slap, shoot. Shoot. We're not slapping, we're striking the eye. We're not doing wushu. We're not doing this, we're shooting. Eyes and toes, eyes and toes. So, okay, let's do the swipe, side kick. Starting left foot forward, right foot forward. No, face the mirror. Start. Ready? Just go one time across, just to make sure. Good strike. Styles I teach Wachuan, which is long fist, and Northern Prairie Man, so Pai. There's a lot of benefits to both of them, but I'm gonna emphasize long fist. Being that long fist, well, basically, praying mantis comes from long fist, or it's a derivative. It's sponsored. Long fist to me is the most important for me. Because the attributes, they all have health and fitness, but long fist has a tendency to be more emphasis on your long fist, on your health. The same concepts for the health, the same postures are emphasizing the self-defense. Some of you only have elbow strikes and some of the forms stepping behind. Well, we have the elbow drills from 18 elbows, our mantis form. And we started the last couple weeks, I think, with some of you guys doing it, and we're not staying on top of it. So we need to add that into our line drills, because when we get in close, we're talking about elbows. So this is not going to be difficult. A lot of you already know it. So courtesy, toes, heels. Okay, and we're going to start from this position. Okay, so we're going to come in right hand block. As it comes up, number 1 block, number 2 block, turn into it. But when you turn in, what I want you to do is roll the hand. So remember, the hand's relaxed. So I want this kind of rotation in the arm. I don't want this. I want that arm rolling, because that rolling is your application of self-defense, redirecting of energy. This is striking. I want to roll it, roll it, strike. So that snaps at the end, no different than your punch at the end. Same thing here. Okay, but when we come up here, 1, as we come up, we're going to roll this hand here. Now, just put this down for a second. Elbow strike should be done with the hip. No matter what technique, these hip bones, right here. That's what your elbow should be connected to. So when my elbow moves, okay, so when I do this, I'm going to roll it. As I roll it, I'm going to smash. You see? Okay, so from this position here, roll it up to the chest and just turn your hip. Okay, now bring this hand to the hip. 1, 2, smash. 1, 2, but see the distance of my arm? Smash. But see, it's connected. So I'm putting my body weight, and now when I hit this point, the better technique, turn with the hip. Now I'm penetrating in. This is contact, penetrate. So that elbow should be over my right knee, properly done, and face should be behind the knee. Okay, so when you go forward with the knee and turn the hip. And you should feel it all the way down to your calf. Again, a Qigong exercise. A lot of these postures become Qigong exercises for Tai Chi. Now, turn a little bit more. You should feel it all the way down to your calf. That's when you know you've completed the technique. And you get the health, fitness, plus self-defense. You get a twofer. We got such a deal for you today. 2 for 1. Self-defense and health. Ready? 1, 2, hey! Okay, this mic's gonna get broken. 1, 2, hey! 1, 2, hey! 1, 2, hey! 1, 2, hey! No emotion, no anger, just energy. Pure energy. So when you hit that switch, you go. You don't, okay, maybe I think no. You gotta get excited. Get that fear, get into it. 1, 2, hey! 1, 2, hey! 1, 2, hey! 1, 2, hey! So it's natural. No thought, no fear, just a reaction. And then, sorry about that. Okay, ready?
It is interesting to note the forms of the long fist style emphasize fully extended kicks and strikes, and by appearance would be considered a long-range fighting system. A very unique benefit to this, long fist uses large extended circular movements to improve overall body mobility in the muscles, tendons, and joints. Also, what most don't know is that in the style of long fist, they do have joint locks and throws and takedowns.
Okay, I don't want to see this. All right, this one, scratch your back. Okay, so we're going to go from here to here, and forget the outward elbows. Just up, scratch, but see, stay touching. Okay, like you're combing your hair. Oh, look good today. There you go. Okay, ready? And 1. Ready? And 2. Good, make sure that here, not out. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Okay, good. 3. Good. Put it back, put it down. 4. Good. And 5. Good, not bad, excellent. Now we need some thrust. That's all shoulders, so you want to, the pelvis. Remember lifting the chin? Tell you so. So use this, so my body, see? So it's not just a high, you got to get that hip. The hip rotates up. Add that body weight. Okay? This way, women, big guys, I don't care how big he is, he's going to feel it. You get that mandible underneath the chin, the side of the throat, they're going to feel it. Redo it. That's all. And again, for you instructors also, fine-tuning, because everybody here is now helping me teach this, where before we were doing it. Okay? That's all. So we're just doing what we do. So what I want to do is start off with a basic concept. So again, every time we talk about, Eric, step in front. Okay, ladies, so right here, as soon as let's go courtesy. Okay, so as soon as we start, what do? We open up the body. I know it, remember? Drop weight, chin down, back straight, arms in front. So your first line of defense is not showing defense. Remember, that's a fire. He's aggressive. He's mad. Last thing I want to do, what? And put more wood on the fire. Because as soon as you do that, his shoulder went up. As soon as I'm talking, I look over, I see his shoulder go up. Okay? Because right now I'm putting wood on the fire. The only thing is, I want to put water on the fire. I want to pacify the situation. I don't problem. Hey, you're looking at my daughter, my girl. I'm sorry, I thought that was my cousin. I haven't seen her in a month. I heard she was, I'm sorry. Excuse me, ma'am. Okay, what are you staring at me for? No, I like your shirt, man. It's a nice shirt. I apologize. I don't mean anything by it, but I was a little impressed. There's a lot of verbal communication, but once you stay focused on them and you're looking in his eye right there instead of like fearful, you're showing confidence. You're showing that maybe he shouldn't get approached me. Maybe he shouldn't do this. Okay, even if you're a woman, use that fear. You're going to be afraid, but look at him in the face and get your hands in front. Listen to, never lock, never clasp. Keep them open. This is your self-defense right here. In Kung Fu, we'll do this. It's called butterfly palms. Okay? We just stay like this. So any movement he does, I'm ready. Why? Just ain't go to my chest. He crossed my bridge. He's already open. I have hundreds of opportunities. I want everybody, we're going to start a choreograph. We're going to step at left leg, 1, then come in, 2. This side, hook, hook. So slow motion, 1, 2. Let's get used to stepping in, because once you're in there, oh, there's a lot of candy to eat. Okay, so he's hooking hooks, 1, 2. So I like this move. Just to show you, look one technique I can do here already. He hooks, hooks, I'm afraid, see? In my panic bone, That's simple. Keep it simple. So you did a combination of grabbing your back, you did the downward elbow, and then just wrap, which can be parry uppercut. See the mechanics? So everything we did in the drills is in here in these circles. Yeah. All right, so he's throwing the hook when I step in. By coming in, I'm guarding, and I'm getting in before he throws that other hook. So I'm already protecting myself, and I'm striking to deaden that energy. Because if I got him thinking about pain or any kind of feel, that's getting in here. So once I can imbalance this, the rest of the body imbalances. But if I let him just keep hitting, and I back up, and he's gonna throw hooks, and he's throwing hooks, I'm giving him strength. And if I open the gap, I'm making him stronger. By stepping in, I ruined his day. Mentally. I touch, I ruined his day. Now I'm not gonna disconnect, because the more I'm holding on here, you notice I'm doing this, but I come back. I'm holding on, move that arm around. I'm holding on, I don't wanna get hit, look at my legs. Okay, hit, come in here. Okay, so I'm shooting, so I'm cutting, I'm not tight, and I'm turning my wrist and forearm. When I get past the neck, he can still throw hooks to the gut, go ahead. You see? He still can throw a knee at me. Okay, so we're just doing upper body, but really, real life, okay, he's throwing hooks. 1, 2, I'm coming in. Okay, inside thighs, use your knees. Once his leg is open, that's why I see guys get this stance stuff. I'm like, I'm getting in there. If his leg's open, take a step forward. I'm in there and balance. So now I can, but you're not ready for all that yet. Let's get, because I can do 1, step in and spin. That's how many times you do your twist. That's what you've been doing all this time. Everything we do in Kung Fu has a purpose. Our step across, our stomp kicks. Okay, he's coming in. 1, 2, stomp. Outside stomp. Get in here, step, twist. There's so much game, there's so much juicy stuff. Prize and toys, but you gotta get in there.
So here we have a couple of different angles of that information that's been put across by Sifu Cruz. Really just watching them put it together and looking at the flow and the way the techniques are being executed.
So I'm throwing that, he's throwing that first jab, slow motion, don't be there. So the thing is, don't be there. At the same time, you gotta know it's fast, so you're gonna step into it. Okay? And now he throws another one because he's gonna pull that one back. See? There's your parry uppercut. But I'm maintaining touch. I'm not letting go of this hand. I'm not grabbing it, but I'm maintaining it. So he pulls it back. I'm gonna let him take me with it. You see? And now I'm loaded. Boom. Okay? On top of that, we have the inside. So if he's coming in, oh, I don't want a problem. 1. So it becomes 1 move. 1. You're leaving it out. Let's take 1 now. If that one come back, pull that one out. Good. Now see, you can use that. You know how to use it. They don't. But see, I'm hugging. That's corn on the cob, man, without butter.
Did he just say corn on the cob without butter?
You know I ain't shy. I ain't shy. Good.
Take your time, guys. I want flow. Smooth.
So one of the many struggles that I find with being a good uke, or someone who receives a technique, is allowing myself to just let go and receive what's coming at me. The hard thing here is Greg is struggling because he knows what's coming. And it's so hard not to adapt or adjust and try to readdress what's coming at you in response to a attack that you might have initiated in practice. So our hearts go out to you, Greg. I feel your pain, buddy.
That's it. So that's going to pull me in. And now I'm all set. I'm also holding on to it. I'm getting to where I'm comfortable.
All it took was a little time in practice, and finally, some success. Way to get it, Greg.
Yes. Here we go.
Overall, today was a good day. We got to meet up with Sifu Eric Cruz of USA Kung Fu Academy in Hyannis, Massachusetts, where we learned some pragmatic applications found in Shaolin Long Fist and Northern Praying Mantis Kung Fu. We also got to get out in the open road. Thank God for that. Man, if it wasn't for copyright infringement, I would definitely start singing The Boys Are Back in Town by the Bus Boys. However, with that being said, I'll leave you with this. While I often find myself wanting to find similarities in the information that is put forth from different martial arts, I will always continue to keep my cup empty, so not to miss any hidden gems. Be sure to stay tuned after this episode for a sneak peek of what's in store for Season 2 on Modern Combatives.
My brother called upon me, and when he called upon the whole clan, it was over 1,000 deep.
We had to deal with, the drug dealers.
They were taking over buildings.
Yeah, the drugs were so bad at this point that even the police couldn't do anything.
Some of the biggest drug lords, the Fat Cats, the Supremes.
With drugs and violence growing out of control, people turned to the pillars of their community.
The people in the community became very afraid. So they basically came to me and asked, do I know of anything or anybody to be able to help?
This is a story about martial artists stepping up to defend their community.
SWAM, Swarm, Strong, Wise, Achieving Mind, Strength, Wisdom, Alert Mind.
A Marshall Mays Special Edition.
Hello, Sidagu. How are you and Sijo doing?
Hey Aziz, good to hear your voice.
I'm on the road like always. I had a question though. I know that the original dojo or your original school was located in South Jamaica, Queens, New York. I'm not sure if I asked, but I am curious. How did you go from the craziness that's New York to living in Swanee, Georgia?
So you wanted to know why we left New York and moved to Atlanta, Georgia? There's actually a couple of main reasons, but I'm going to mention one to you. It's known within the Swamp Circle as a siege.
What? The siege? Hold on, let me pull over.